let's convert between volume. Now, volume is in cubic units, right? So if I'm talking about the volume of my swimming pool, I might say 6,000 cubic feet. The thing about cube is that means feet times feet times feet. That's 3 times. So all conversions must be done 3 times. So anything you were doing before, do it 3 times. All right, let's start. You know what? Let's start. Well, let's start with an easy one. We're going to do the easy one first. 900 cubic centimeters to cubic inches. So I know a conversion of 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, right? I know this identity ratio. So if I'm starting in 900 cubic centimeters, notice the exponent is 3, so I have to do this 3 times. So I take my ratio and say 1 inch, 2.54 centimeters. Centimeters has to be in the bottom so that it reduces with the numerator. And I have to do it 3 times. Because 1, 2, 3, right? 3 centimeters in the denominator, 3 separate identity ratios, cancels out with the cubic, the centimeters cubed in the numerator. So now I take the 900 that I started with, and because the 2.54 centimeters is in the denominator, I divide by 2.54, divide by 2.54, divide by 2.54. When I do that, I end up with 54.92 cubic inches. All right, now let's go back and let's do the difficult one. So we are going to go, actually it's not all that difficult, but I have 2 different ways to do this, and I want to show you both. So convert 60 feet cubed to cubic meters. Okay, so if you have 60 cubic feet, and you want to go to meters. Now, if you know that 1 meter is the same as 3.28 feet, well, that's great. You just do this 3 times. Oop, I forgot my feet here. Because 3 feet, right, feet cubed in the numerator is 1, 2, 3 feet in the denominator. So again, I take 60, I divide by 3.28, divide by 3.28, divide by 3.28, and I end up with approximately 1.70 cubic meters. Okay, now that is if you use the ratio of 1 meter to 3.28 feet. But a lot of us think meter to yards, not meters to feet. So I want to do this again. If I take 60 cubic feet and I think, okay, my initial thought is that 3 feet is 1 yard, which is totally fine, right? That's legit correct. So I do it 3 times. My 3 feet in the denominator will cancel out with my cubic feet in the numerator. Now that means I am now in cubic yards. Well, remember, I want to be in meters. So now I'm going to take 1 yard is 0.914 meters. So 1 yard is 0.9. Ooh, what's wrong? My pen died. 914 meters. 1 yard is 0.914 meters. Okay, so yard, and the 3 yards in the denominator cancel out with the 3 yards in the numerator, and now I'm in cubic meters. So now, check out this math. 60 divided by 3, divided by 3, divided by 3. Then we multiply by 0.914 times 0.914 times 0.914. And when you do all that business, you get 1.696 cubic meters. And if you round that to the nearest hundredth, you get 1.70 cubic meters. So you'll notice that you could do 2 different problems, mathematically equivalent, because you're using correct identity ratios, and that's the key. So depending on how far you round, right, whether you go to 3 decimal places or 2 decimal places, you could end up with the same answer, or you could end up with slightly different, right, off by 4 thousandths, if you will. But those are really pretty close. So as long as you're using correct identity ratios when you're working through things, that's what really matters. Thanks.